me get this straight. Not the RB1, not the RB2, not the RB3, but a wide receiver and a walk-on running back and a limping quarterback destroyed Kentucky. It's just another day at the park. You get on the bus at Lexington, you go down the road 80 miles to Louisville, you got a bowl game on the line, and you don't even show up. I would have hated to be somebody to see those buses going from Lexington to Louisville, because I'd have been like, Mom, that bus has got nobody on it, but I see some shoulder pads and stuff, but it's empty. What's going on? Why is all these Kentucky buses going to Louisville, but they're empty? Because that's exactly how we showed up today. Thank you for tuning in to the Loyal BBN Fan Show. I'm your boy Big Mike here with BC. BC, what an absolutely disaster today. And the far Stoops is coming. It's coming. VCU Talk, because Big Mike is hurt. His feelings is hurt right now.
My feelings hurt, man. I thought if Louisville beat us, if last second play of the game or a field goal at the end of the game or something, I thought it was going to be one of those type of game, rivalry game. I thought it was going to Governor's Cup. I thought it was going to be one of those games, man.
I forgot about that. I wish you would have brought that up.
But man, I don't forget what I was going to say.
Because the football team forgot what they were supposed to do today as well, too.
All year I said these guys, they go out and they play hard, even when they lost. But today and last week, it was like, let's hurry up and get the season over with. I'm ready to get the season over with. I'm done. That's what it felt like. And I know it was cold. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I feel you on that. Cold. That's why I quit playing football. If football started in June and we're ending in October, I would have kept playing football, Big Mike. I get that. But when you playing on that level, now it's I didn't make it to that level. I didn't even play high school. But no excuse. That was embarrassing, man. And Mark Stoops, I think Mark Stoops would be gone.
So I got a question about the weather then, BC. And this is just me talking off the top of my head. I'm not really sure if I'm understanding this right. You mentioned that it was cold outside, right?
Mm-hmm. Cold for me, but not for football players. Football players, there ain't no such thing as being cold.
Well, I don't know, because we looked like we was frozen tonight.
Well, yeah, it looked like we was frozen. Yeah. But when it comes down to football, cold weather ain't no factor when you ask tonight. Football players.
Because I don't know what we was going through tonight. I don't know what kind of. Well, the season's over, and they said we would win 3 games, and we won 5. We got blown out the last 2 ball games of the year, with a chance to go to the bowl game. And that's why I said winning that Vandy game last week was so crucial, because we could have went into this game and just played free. Well, we played free tonight. We played we didn't score, did we? What was the final score?
It was 41-0. That's goose eggs, man.
You mean tell me we didn't even put up 3 points tonight?
Didn't even get a field goal.
You guys know, and I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but Cutter tonight, he was a freshman, completely a freshman. The line, like somebody tell me that we had all red shirt or all true freshmen starting on the line tonight, because our line tonight was garbage. It was just, and he had simple throws that he could make. He was so rattled and he was so afraid back there, he couldn't even make a simple pass. Like, you You couldn't even hit Law right over the middle for a first down. You got to. But we want to keep Cutter there in Kentucky, though, right? He got the experience, though. We got our future quarterback, right? Maybe so. I don't know.
We hope we got our future quarterback. He's gotta be 50 times better than that. He's he's gotta be way better than that. It's like this. It's two things that when you're a football team, if it's two things that are terrible or suck, you don't want it to be your offensive line and your quarterback. Those are the two things you don't want to be terrible. And in football, it's about quarterback play. You can have if you're not going to play better than the other quarterback, he can't play better than you. You know what I'm saying? You look in the NFL, the Josh Allens, the Mahomes, when they meet up, they going head to head, and a lot of times those two, they don't outplay one another. That's why it comes down to the last play of the game. So with all the losses that we had, we lost 7 games. The other team's quarterback played better than our quarterback. And that's what it boils down to. You look in the playoffs, it's about quarterback.
This is embarrassing, bro. This is embarrassing on another level. We got bamboozled. We got outplayed. Is this on Stoops' head? Do we have to call a spade a spade? Is this ultimately on Stoops' head, or do we look at the players and say the players didn't go out there and perform?
It's both. It's both. I think it was Stoops' last game.
I ain't never heard you say that before, man.
No, you haven't.
Because the question you always ask is, if it's going to be Stoops' last game, who you going to get? It's not a football. It's not a football school.
That's still the question. It's who you going to get, but I think it's going to be his last game because you went out and you lost 41-0 to Louisville. The Governor's Cup.
Before Mitch.
He might be gone. Everybody might be gone. Everybody might be gone after that right there. 41-0. Not only that, we got crushed in basketball.
Well,
got a chance to get a bowl.
Yeah.
They didn't get a field goal.
Somebody, Kentucky Football's Nation said, "Yep, last BC and Mike." We're frustrated, Alan. I am. BC's a little calmer than I am. He's a little bit more poised than I am. And, I take my hat off to him. Not tonight, I won't, but I'll take my hat off to him. You know what I mean? I don't encourage him to mute his mic tonight because I say something stupid. But I'm frustrated. I'm glad this game is over because I may actually get about 2 hours of sleep before I got to get up to go to work. So I'm glad I'm glad we didn't have to wait all night long, all day long just to get to a night game, just to play a game like this. Maybe that's what it was, right? Maybe it wasn't a night game and maybe the lights wasn't on. So the moment was just boring for them. I mean, it was enough on the line for these guys. Like, I'm a senior and this is my last time in a Kentucky uniform. And I'm going to go out like this. Our defense stunk. Our defense was horrible. Like, I don't know what's up with our defense. Like where we been at? And how many sacks we give up tonight? 40? I don't get it. We gave up about 40 sacks tonight. It feels like. We can't block nobody. We can't throw the ball. We can't tackle. We gave up a special teams touchdown. So what are we doing? We don't even know what we're doing out there for Kentucky anymore. It's a question mark for Kentucky football. We're lost. We went out there today and, hey, you know how they always say? Go to sleep, dog. This ain't even about you today. I'm almost willing to put L's up today. That's how I'm feeling. L's up today. That's how I'm feeling right now. And that's sorry. I might get somebody to unsubscribe from me saying that. But they deserved it. They kicked our butts today. They handed it to us. And the season's over. I might be a little happy that the season's on over. So we can stop this bleeding and see what we do next. But some heads should probably roll today. I've never went on here and I never advocated for people losing their jobs. But something needs to be evaluated today because it's hey man, for you can see this two ways. You can see this as someone who really doesn't like Stoops. You could be very happy that the game ended the way it did today and it played out because you want Stoops out so bad. Or you could say, we'll get him next time. Well, I ain't going to say we're going to get him next time. 6 sacks today, huh? This is crazy.
And I like Stoops.
Yeah.
But after this, I believe he's gone.
Apparently, if your name starts with Mark, you're not beating Louisville. Not this year, you ain't. No. And that's for sure. Mark is not a good name to have when you're playing Louisville this year. They straight owned us. Oh well. Football season's over.
Yeah.
Now the turmoil starts.
I was hoping that we could get a bowl, Big Mike.
You remember when we used to get in the Music City Bowl, in the Music City Bowl, and people were like, "That's all we got is a Music City Bowl. We can get something better than that." Man, I would love to get the Music City Bowl this year. I would love to get something. We're not going bowling. Someone says if Pope don't beat UNC, the fan base is going to explode. We need something to go right. Our women's team didn't play good against Maryland. No, they got dominated. They got dominated. Team.
They good.
We need something good going on for Kentucky, BC. Volleyball team. We are volleyball U now. That's who we are. That's what we're gonna hang our hats on from now on. Kentucky's volleyball U. Period. Because it ain't football, and it ain't never gonna be no football. Will Stoops had not negotiate and exit or get fired and get paid? How long do you think the decision would be? The decision should be tomorrow morning when we wake up in the morning. Well, when you guys wake up in the morning. It should be that fast. He should go straight to the office of the AD. And both of them should never mind. Don't say that, Mike. You don't make enough money for that. Go straight to the office and hit the exit sign. This go. I can't believe I just said that, but I feel relieved. I feel jubilated. Dubious. I do. BC, I don't know what to say, bro. I don't, man.
Man, I just look at it like this. It's two. You had 2 games to win 1 game to get a bowl, which I think would have satisfied a lot of Kentucky fans. Not all of them, but I think it would have satisfied some Kentucky fans. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Especially if we beat Louisville.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But we got destroyed 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row. And we didn't even score a point in this game. I'm talking about we didn't even get a field goal. So that's why I say
BC, the sad part, we didn't even get in field goal range but once.
Yeah, we kicked a long field goal. Like a 52-yarder or something.
Only once. 54 yards, I think it was.
And no matter what, how good you are, that's tough to kick a 52-yarder. But what I'm saying with that, and always been for Stoops, he overachieved at Kentucky. He did. But at the same time, Mike, I think he's going to be gone.
I think it's time for a new era at Kentucky. Somebody that can come in and rejuvenate the team, put the team in a different direction. It doesn't look like we're getting John Summerall because it looks like he's probably going to end up in Florida somewhere. Now I mean, Stoops ain't gonna walk away, as it was just mentioned over here. We someone said that you can't even win any of the fights. Probably not. And you know something that really aggravated me about this game today? Like, we would celebrate after we give up a first down after making a tackle. Like, why are you why are you hyped for, and you just made a tackle, but he got a first down and the score is 27-0. What are you excited about? Like what? You trying to pop your chest and you lose it and you just gave up another first down because we can't properly tackle? Was we too injured? Do we?
Man,
I'm gonna sleep tonight. I'm gonna sleep for a few minutes. So my blood pressure is not going up at all. So we gonna be calm. Absolutely.
You can't come up with no excuse.
No.
Just got destroyed.
Yeah.
It wasn't ready to play.
Yeah.
Got destroyed on all levels. Nobody came to play.
Nobody came to play today. It didn't, and it was like, I was watching Cutter play. And he had one good run today. He had one good run, and that's when he put his shoulder down and tried to and run over somebody. Yeah. Other than that, that was it. I turned it off. So if anyone's seen anything positive after I think I turned it off about 10 minutes left in the third quarter. I said, I'm out. I turned the TV off. If anybody's seeing anything positive that we could take into what's name, Big Mike would love to hear it. Please tell me, because when BC tells me that we just lost 41-0, there is nothing positive. There's nothing exciting about that. And this is embarrassing. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna be transparent. I was really, after knowing how this game was getting ready to turn out, once it was a realization that Kentucky was going to get blown out, and we was only up 27-0. I mean, we was down 27-0. I asked myself, sleep? I do a post-game show. And I was really going to just say, I'll just pop up a video tomorrow. I'll come home from work and I'll record a video. I said, but you know what? Don't be a coward like the Cats did tonight. I call them a coward based off the performance tonight. Tomorrow, they're good young men. Tonight, they played like cowards tonight. And I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I'm sorry if any parents are watching. I'm sorry if this gets back to anybody important. But we didn't play like we were supposed to play tonight. And we went down to Louisville and we stunk it up. So let's just call it what it is. It was horrible. Blood pressure just went up. My wife wouldn't be happy with me right now. She would tell me, calm down. She said, chill out, brother. She tell me, chill out. But how you going to chill out, though, when you guys got so much on the line that you playing for, and you got a coaching staff that's on the sideline that looks like they don't even freaking care? The thing about it is, if those guys don't want to play right, get them out of the football game and get some of those reserves in there who want to play. Start getting them some reps. We had a bunch of guys tonight that just didn't want to play football. And stop celebrating after you let somebody get a first down just because you make a tackle. You're supposed to make a tackle. That's your job. See, before we couldn't say this. Before we couldn't say, this is your job. But you're getting paid now. So this is your job. To tackle people. To throw the football. To block. This is what all you guys are getting paid to do now. Do your job that you're getting paid for. Otherwise, step to the side and let somebody else do it. I do it. I'm 51 years old. And let me get out there and block. I'm going to fall down right in front of somebody. I'm just going to be real with you. I'm just going to fall right down. But you guys get where I'm coming from. This right here was a disaster. This right here was a disaster from the get-go. And it looked like Tell you what, they wasn't smooth like this. I, this is smooth. They wasn't smooth. So that was just that was just them, and that's on them tonight. And Coach Stoops need to do some soul searching, and just like Stoops, maybe it's just best for you and the program for the program to go in a different direction.
Let-
Let's see if you could look, man. I mean, look, if I had to quit a job and didn't have somebody give me 38, 37 million dollars or whatever it is, and then I had to walk away and be like, okay, man, you know what? Just give me 25 and I'll walk away. That would be hard to do. That would be hard to leave that kind of money on the table. I'm just a human, and I'll be like, dude, I'm not walking away. I'm not taking a pay cut. I'm not taking an $8 million pay cut to walk away. Pay me my money. So I get it.
It might be hard for him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard for me.
You would walk away?
They give me $25 million.
Just to walk away?
Heck yeah, I'll walk away.
Well, see, BC, he got
It's
pride.
It's a whole lot of things I'll walk away from. 25 million.
I'm walking away for sure for 25 million.
Shoot.
So you tell me I'm gonna walk out this door and you give me $25 million in 30 days.
Gone. See you later.
Yeah, see you later, dog. We good. Yeah.
It depends on the situation you in.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not a millionaire. He's already a millionaire.
Yeah.
But
I want to see what they said. Sorry, BC. Craig said Cutter Boy staying in and fighting Louisville, even with his helmet falling on the field. Bowley stayed in the whole game, not like a coward running away. Yeah, I mean, but he didn't have a good game though. He didn't have a good game at all today. Like people say, and I wanted to see this game against Louisville. You seen it against Vandy. He didn't have a good game against Vandy. And you seen it against Louisville. He didn't have a good game against Louisville. So it appears that if we're playing Tennessee Tech or we're playing some other little school, he's all right. He did good against Florida, but Florida's garbage though. He did just enough against Auburn, but Auburn's garbage though. So, but he went on the road and played a decent team, or not even a decent team, like not even a decent team. And he was afraid. He was scared. This is not based off. This is no personal shots at Cutter. This is based off how he played against the Louisville Cardinals. Okay, this is based off how he played against Louisville Cardinals, and he didn't play good, and he played like he was timid the whole ball game. But I guess if you get sacked 5 or 6 times, I guess it gets in your head. Wow, that hurt. And he took some hits tonight.
Yeah, he was in choke line.
Yeah. He took some hits tonight, and believe me, as a freshman, he showed it. At times he bounced up, but then he got hit again. And maybe he just said, hey man, my line's not blocking. That's when we need it. You could tell, BC, maybe it's just me, but you can kind of tell. It doesn't look like we have a lot of leadership on the team, because it didn't look like anybody ever got fired up tonight about anything.
Well, Cutter hasn't been good on the road, period, all year. And that's why I always say it's football. Football is different from 20, 30 years ago. But your best player has to be the quarterback. That's where it starts. And like I said, I think Monday or whatever, if we can run the ball and Cutter have a good game, I think we have a chance to beat Louisville. But we didn't run the ball too good, and Cutter didn't have a good game, and we got the brakes beat off of us. That's where it starts.
Somebody should call the law on Louisville for doing us like that. That's they should get battery charges against. That should be first-degree assault for real. Bowley needs an offensive line big time. Pay them boys whatever to protect Bowley, or he will leave.
The offensive line was terrible today. They have been pretty solid all year, but they were really terrible today. Hey, Kent, that was easy to see. They were terrible. The Louisville's they was blitzing like 4, Sometimes when they will blitz a couple, but I it's a whole. Is it fair for me to say this, Mike? Is it fair for me to say that it's like Cutter comes out and he's locked on one guy, one receiver, and when you see football, when you see quarterbacks throw in a lot of double coverage, it means they locked on one receiver.
Yep.
He throws in a lot of double coverage.
Yep.
It was times where he could have hit the check down. It was times where Law and the tight end was running across the field. You just hit them that's 4-yard pass, and they could probably get some yak after the catch. But also, we were told that the playbook was simplified. So a lot of it is the play calling, which is a lot of times the play calling was terrible. And it's 50-50. It's the play calling, offensive coordinator, and Cutter.
I mentioned that in that chat. Why does Cutter keep throwing in the double coverage for? Because he doesn't lock in on on that one person.
One person.
You got guys running across the middle. See, the thing is, he's trying to do too much instead of taking what the defense gives you. And because we was behind the chain so much, we didn't put ourselves in a position on third down to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, because we always kept trying to go for the home run every single time. Like, guys, let's move the football. Let's give our defense some rest. They already can't tackle as it is tonight. So we don't want them to go out there and not tackle and be tired. That's a bad combination right there. He wouldn't hit him. And I'm like, dude, I'm turning this off. I'm not watching Kentucky football anymore tonight. And I was like, I'm done, man. Somebody tell me when there's 4 minutes left in the ball game. And I'll wake up.
It was a couple of times where, the running back was right there just wide open. And you could throw it to him and he could, ran for at least 2 or 3. Then you're 2nd or 3rd down and 2 instead of throwing in a double team when you're 3rd down and 10.
Yep.
It's game management. That's why quarterbacks get paid more than anybody. It's game management. You gotta see that. Blitz is come because a lot of times I think we come out of huddle, no matter what happens, we run into play. Because Louisville, and it happened a lot last week against Vanderbilt, they got 8 guys on the line, Big Mike, and it's 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 10, and they are blitzing, and we don't change nothing.
And it ain't like you can't see that. They're not hiding it. They're walking up in your face and they're challenging you to beat us. And we failed every time. That's the sad part, BC.
And some teams, they bring 8 up, but they'll drop maybe a linebacker back or drop another guy back. Man, they bring it 8 up and they bring it all of them. Yep. And it's what you call a zero man-to-man coverage. So when you see those zero man-to-man coverage and the guys coming up in the blitz, the slants or screens are the best thing to beat that. We don't run either one of them.
And that's because
neither one of them.
Cutter's going to have to be better at being able to pick that up. And we don't have to.
And that's the offensive coordinator.
Exactly. Absolutely.
That's him first to tell Cutter, hey, they blitzing, they coming up, they in zero coverage. We can hit a slant route or switch it over to a screen pass, tight end, or the running back. If they blitzing more from the left side, you throw to the left side.
Yeah.
So
because you got less men over there. But it's so he probably needs to go to the OC. History. He is living in the past. Boley's NIL was $267,000. Man,
and that's like we talked in the chat during the game. 2025 football is mobile quarterbacks who can throw. They can throw on the run. If they get in trouble, if you take Vanderbilt's quarterback and you put him on our team, we would have won 4 or 5 more games.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be a pocket passer, you better be like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Joe Montana. Your accuracy better be off the charts. But if you're a pocket passer and you're not, and you back there Statue of Liberty and you can't run,
It's a done deal, man. As they say in New York, it's a done deal, son. You know what I mean? It's over, man. It's it's this is a this is a humbling moment, man. I got humbled against Louisville. I got humbled against Michigan State in basketball, and those guys are winning some ball games, bro. Those guys are winning.
yeah, they good.
Um,
Izzo, man.
yeah,
Izzo, he's a Hall of
yeah,
Famer.
yeah, yeah. Izzo got something going on at Michigan State this year. They fooled people with their non-shooting abilities.
Man, They just they just wasn't knocking out shots. It's like I said, it's a marathon. You get better the course of the year.
I
Especially
know
if
we,
teams going to give you warm-up
yeah,
shots
absolutely.
like we did.
Uh, hmm. Teddy Jackson. Okay, 1902. This is a sad situation. I know we're talking football, but in light of what happened with the Cats these past in football, is this basketball game an absolute must win
You
against
talking about
North Carolina?
Carolina?
Yeah, it's just an
Like
absolute must
like
win
a must win for who? Must
for
it's a
just
it's
for the
a
fan
it's a
base.
yeah, it's a
For
must
the
win
fan
for the
base.
fan base, but it's not
For
a
the
must
fan
win
base.
for the team.
What
It's
I
not a
mean
must win for the
is
team.
we're holding on by threads. Uh,
Hmm.
Football team didn't finish well. Basketball team can't beat a good team. I think we're as a fan base. I think we're like one or two losses away from checking out of sports this year, and that's sad. I mean, it's just, you can recover from a loss again in basketball, but we can't take too many more of them. It was basically a new UofL offense. They had two freshmen with 100 yards rushing. That's it. I mean, how did they beat us, BC, with a wide receiver wearing number 90 or number 89,
A running
and a
back
walk on?
running 89.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like a
and
tight end back there
yeah,
running
yeah,
football.
dude. Well, he was a converted wide receiver to running back because RB1 and 2 and 3 was out.
Sean Borkins.
Like, I mean, how did they beat us? And the running back, I mean, and the quarterback had one bad foot.
Here's the thing. We went on the road and our quarterback's not good on the road. And Louisville wanted to win that football game. Plain and simple. That's what it comes down to. And we wasn't ready.
We we
That's all it
looked at
is.
what we looked at what SMU did to Louisville last week. Oh, we beating Louisville. Oh, yes, sir. SMU just took care of Louisville like that. Oh, dude, yes, sir. We get ready to go into Louisville and beat us.
But
Humble and Peel.
but Big Mike, look at SMU quarterback play.
Well, the whole point is Louisville's garbage. Louisville ain't no good.
I would be the first to tell you. I thought I was like, this should be a game that we should win.
Okay.
These guys is turmoil going on inside the locker room. I thought I came on and said this should be the game that we should win.
Yeah.
We should win this football game. But you can't win if you don't show up.
And they didn't show up, BC.
Didn't show up.
They didn't show up at all. And as they
Nobody
said,
showed up. Trainers didn't show up.
nobody did.
Nobody.
And it was how many people over or under we lose 20 people to the transfer portal?
See, that's the thing that I got on here and I said, man, keep this core. If you can come back, keep this core. You've been battle tested. You're in the SEC. And I would love to keep this core and add some pieces. But, with Stoops, if he's gone, which I think the dude's gone. It might be some people in the transfer portal. Have a totally different team next year.
I wonder if it's people in the transfer portal based off him staying. If you stay at Kentucky, I'm gone. So Herb, and make your decision.
I I think Stoop lost the fan base a long time ago. I don't think
Yeah.
he has lost the players. I think the players are all in on Mark Stoops.
I shouldn't have thought this tonight, PC. But you know, right now it's a lot of betting going on in college in sports.
Mm-hmm.
You think any of our guys betted on that, bro? You think any of my guys said, dude, watch this. They get ready. We ain't gonna score a point. We're gonna let them score 41 points tonight. They didn't give me enough NIL money, so I need to recoup some of that on this game right here. So watch what we get ready to do tonight. Put your money on it.
Man, I don't even want to get into that. Yeah, Dougie, I'm crazy. I'm the craziest person you probably ever meet.
Oh, you see what he said?
Here's the reason why I think we should keep the core. You keep the core that you have. Because here's what you're saying. You said, why should we keep the core? Why should we move on? What you going to move on to? You tell me what we going to move on to in the chat if we don't keep the core.
Because the big time recruits ain't coming to Kentucky. At least these guys are already in school. Yeah.
There you go. What you moving on to if we don't keep the core? If we don't keep guys that played in the SEC a full year, battle tested, got better, what you going to move on to? So, you know, a lot of times smart statements do appear to be crazy.
Yeah, they do. He said, are you crazy?
and you know, like I said, I might be, but tell me what you're moving on to. You know, it's got to be, you know, got to be a thought there. What you gonna move on to?
What's the contingency plan?
Yeah. It's very easy to say let's move on, but what you moving on to?
Is it time for Mitch Barnhart to leave Kentucky and start over? Let's go ahead.
He's the athletic director. That's a totally different story right there. But Mark Stoops and the rest of the coaching staff, I think they're going to be gone. It's just, I could be wrong. But athletic director, he's not, I don't think he is in the hot seat as much as the coaches are.
Isn't he responsible for putting this team together with the coaches?
Yeah, but the coaches always get the blame.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, we are in this situation because of what? Because of who? One person.
Well, who the athletic director? Who's he going to throw under the bus?
Himself, and say he can walk away.
He ain't going to do. He ain't going to do that.
He's 92 years old, bro. He can go.
Yeah, he can go, and he probably needs to go, but.
Someone, no excuses, race. He said Miss Barnhart needs terminated as well. He hired all these clowns.
I think Miss Adams need to go from my Tennessee Titans, but she ain't gonna go nowhere.
She the GM?
She's the owner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She ain't going nowhere, huh?
It's a lot of people think Jerry Jones needs to go if you talk to Cowboy fans.
Yeah, he needs to.
But he ain't gonna go nowhere.
No, he ain't going nowhere. No, they're gonna die him in the Cowboy coffin. Summerall ain't coming to Kentucky. I feel that way. I mean, I think Florida's a better job than Kentucky, and he's Florida's throwing some money at him. I heard.
Yeah, and if he's gonna get money to get players,
and he
you're
can
not gonna come to Kentucky.
See, and that's the difference between recruiting in state when it comes to Kentucky and when it comes to Florida. Florida has a lot of better in-state recruits than Kentucky does. So if I can recruit in Florida and keep some of those kids at Florida, keep some of them kids at home, I mean, who's he going to get? I mean, what outstanding players do we have in the state of Kentucky that can come to Kentucky and make an impact in day one with speed and power. I'll wait. Of course, I don't keep up with high school football like that in Kentucky, so I'm pretty sure you guys do. I'm pretty sure somebody out there knows somebody. But the point is, if you was a coach and you had a chance to go to Kentucky or go to Florida to coach, that's not really that hard. Oh, you gonna let me go to Florida to coach? Down, really, man?
Yeah. If it's
I'm going to
football,
Florida to coach.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really that hard.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
really
And
hard.
even though Florida won a national championship, don't get it twisted. It's still a football town. Don't get it twisted. Not sure why people think Stoops is a good coach.
Man, like I said, I think Stoops overachieved in Kentucky. With as you know, if when you here's the thing, when it comes to Kentucky football, Mark Stoops, is he a good coach? Anywhere other than Kentucky, okay, you got an argument. But at Kentucky, who's better than him since we had the coaches we had?
The expectations at Kentucky football is, while we want to win ball games, I think we still understand where we at in the ranking poll in the SEC. So Stoops was at one point he was a coach that had us not at the top of the SEC, but we wasn't at the bottom of the SEC. And now we slowly went down to the bottom because Mississippi State, South Carolina, Vandy made a really big jump. And if it's true what they're talking about, Vandy ain't gonna let up no time soon. They're not gonna have Pavia next year, but they're gonna entice somebody to come in and says, "Look, this could be you too here at Vandy. This is what we're doing." Vandy's gonna lose 25 seniors next year, so they're gonna suck. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna rebuild because people believe that Vandy may have what it takes. Don't know that. That's probably a dumb take, and they may be horrible next year. And Kentucky I don't know what Kentucky is, what UK is going to be next year. But if we go into the year like we did this year, it's just like I just don't see us being all that great, man. I just don't.
Here's the thing with the football and basketball, Mike, which it's Kentucky, but as coach and being a player, it's getting more and more harder to come to Kentucky. And the reason why I say that is players see how Kentucky fans, the expectation of Big Blue Nation. With me, expectations is levels. It's here, 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 here. With Kentucky, it's from here to here. And it's like it's people that are around you that have expectations that you cannot get to. That's why relationships are destroyed. When you look at Mark Pope wasn't the first choice as a basketball coach coming to Kentucky. He wasn't the second choice. He wasn't the third choice. It was guys like, you had a Hall of Famer, Kyle Perry. He had about 3 or 4 bad years, which that happens. You look at Krzyzewski, he had some bad years there, but he wasn't going to go nowhere. And guys are looking, you running a Hall of Famer out. He left. Why would I want to come there? And then there's players like, man, their expectations. So why would I want to come there? So it's Yale expectations high, but it has to be levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of going from here and it has to be there. Expectations. I told you on the show, I said I think Kentucky win about 22, 23 games this year. But it's a marathon. What is the expectations? Is it Final Four? It's always been Final Four championship. But sometimes you have to look at your overall team and say, maybe Elite 8. Anything over that is overachieving.
I was going to say something. I stopped myself because I was going to say Sweet 16 is the goal this year, and that's disrespectful. Cal left because he wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same thing like with Mark Stoops. I think if I was Mark Stoops, I'd be ready to go.
Yeah, I would definitely. And now taking that pay cut, that's millions of dollars on the table. But I'm pretty sure you already got millions of dollars already. So it ain't like you hurting for money. It ain't like you're gonna be broke tomorrow.
Man,
I get it.
I see that right there. Yeah, I might be tripping. UK basketball is the best in college basketball. Is it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Today I was just sitting around and I just was.
Pope was your first choice.
UK basketball is the best job in college. And no excuses. You might think that Kentucky is the best basketball job in college, but it comes with a price, though. It comes with a price. You can't take no days off at Kentucky as a coach, and one hiccup, and people are gonna turn up the stove on you. And that's why I asked that question at the beginning of it. How important now, because of the anger of the fan base with football and how disgusted we are, especially coming off of this loss with Louisville. And in a couple of days, we got to play North Carolina. If we lose that game against North Carolina, you add on the frustration of what we just experienced today as Kentucky fans, and then we can't even now. We're 0-3 against quad one teams, and we can't even beat a team that can go that can go head to head with us, but we can run Tennessee Tech off the floor. That's why I asked that question. You lose that game against North Carolina, people are gonna blow a gasket because they're already fuming, not because so much that we didn't beat Louisville, but because we didn't show up against Louisville, and because the coaches he got us in a headlock, and the AD's not making smart decisions. And then you go play North Carolina, and then you 0-3 against teams that you should have beat, that you thought they should have beat. The fan base is just like, ugh, what do we do? We can't win nothing. We thought maybe the women would go beat Maryland. Not happening. Maryland ran us in the ground. We fought hard to stay in the ball game. We lost by 6 when we was down by 20. But we can't even, our women can't even beat a competitive team. Or we can run a team off the floor, a little small team. So we're looking for somebody in athletic department outside of volleyball to win a game that matters. That's my point right there.
Kentucky is the hardest place to coach.
Yeah.
In college basketball.
Because I tell you what, you lose that game against North Carolina Friday night. I told you Coach Pope wasn't the job. Told you he ain't the guy for the job. People getting all excited about Coach Pope. Told you he ain't. They're going to come out because they already out.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. Absolutely. I asked myself, is he really ready? Is he really the guy to take us to a championship here at Kentucky, Coach Pope?
See, that's what I'm saying, Big Mike. It's like if you go back some years, Calipari was getting a whole lot of heat, man. But that team goes to the national championship. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, a lot of other schools give way more grace than Kentucky. You know, come tournament time, Kentucky could get hot, and make a run and get to the Final Four. Yeah. Then Mark Pope's on top of the mountain. But then again, could lose first round, then he's in the frying pan. So it's a hard place to coach. It's always been a hard place to coach.
Yeah.
Ask Patino. Ask Tubby. Always been a hard place to coach.
The second hardest job in America outside of being president.
President of the United States.
Kentucky. It's coaching.
Outside
Outside of
being
being,
the president of the United States, man.
outside of being president of the United States, the next hardest job is coaching at Kentucky basketball. It is because the expectations
It's no
people are gonna,
levels.
yeah, people are gonna go to their grave with high expectations of Kentucky, and you're not gonna tell somebody that's been watching Kentucky basketball since 1950 that they need to lower their standards because they're not. They're not going to lower their standards. They don't care what coaches in there. They don't care what players is coming through. They still have high expectations of Kentucky basketball. And maybe it's time. And I'm sorry that I got to say this. Please forgive me. Maybe it's the loss of this ball game tonight that's causing me to talk out of the side of my neck. But maybe we need to step back a little bit. Maybe we need to step back and be like, okay, let's bring the expectations down.
Man, Big Mike, I had to, cause last year, you remember y'all was talking Sweet 16, and I
Yeah.
almost blew a gasket,
Yes, you did.
and I was like, Sweet 16, what? It's never been Sweet 16. This is Final Four national championship. It's never Sweet 16, and you know, a lot of people made me think it's different levels. It's nothing wrong with overachieving. There's never nothing wrong with overachieving.
Yeah.
But it's like I always said, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. BBN's expectations are start here, and you see how everybody is at the beginning of the year, and it goes from here all the way to here. It ain't no in between. It ain't no in between. And when you're not living to those expectations, that's when the stove is turned on. The stove is turned on. I said the stove. Mark Pope is always in the pan.
Yeah.
Stove might be cut off, or it might be turned on a little bit. But man, that's just what comes with this job, and he knows that.
Yeah.
He played here. He knows that.
You think that clouds him as a coach here at Kentucky?
What's that?
You think that clouds his judgment sometimes because he played here at Kentucky?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just here's my thoughts on that with Mark Pope. Mark Pope is a young coach,
Okay.
and he's at Kentucky. I think he can coach.
Yeah.
But just like any coach, you got to have top of the line players. And I think a lot of players, when you go out and you trying to the goal is, like you said, you know, Steph Curry and them mess the game up. When you got guys that are good one-on-one players, good post players, like getting to the hole, they might not want to play under Mark Pope. Now, if you got guys that are spot up shooters, like catching the ball, shooting threes or whatever, yeah, they might want to play under Mark Pope.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot that we don't see.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely does look at him. It definitely does look at him when he loses.
Yeah, and with that right there in the chat, Cal Perry did say, yeah, Kentucky is his dream job.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Cal Perry is a great recruiter.
Yeah.
He won at UMass, took him to Final Four. He won at Memphis, brought that program. Now, when you got a guy that's a good recruiter, Kentucky is the dream job because you don't really have to do too much more.
Yep. Makes it a little easier for you, that's for sure.
Heck yeah.
And he's able to.
You can say, I coach Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a nice resume. Who is that? Somebody says Pope. Alan Kane says Pope can win. He needs to get away from the 25 minutes per game. Good recruits. It isn't coming. That means he's gonna have to. That means he's gonna have to shorten his rotation by a lot, and that means he's got to change his whole philosophy on how he's coaching. And I think that's what you're saying, Alan. So I agree with you as well too. You know, I know once again I know we're doing a football post game show. But a news flash, unless you just came from up under a rock, football season over. Well, football season gone. We ain't going. It's over. So we might as well just start cheering for basketball from this point on because we ain't getting no bowl game because our guys showed up tonight and they didn't show up. Period. You could tell John Kennedy probably did not want to leave Kentucky, but he knew he was no longer wanted.
I think John wanted to retire at Kentucky.
I think so too.
When the fans don't want you, and like I said, it's the hardest place to coach. When fans don't want you, you leave. It's business.
I'm at a loss for words with Kentucky sports right now because
it's not going to be any Mike Krzyzewski's at Kentucky.
No,
it's just the grace. It's no grace period.
And see, 606 kind of confirms that. Yeah, 606 lifer kind of Final Four is the goal every year in basketball. But does it really have to? But does it have to be that though? Does it have to be the goal every year? Can't we just, as you said, take it to a level? Let's see how hard we can work until we get to December. And then let's see how hard we can work when we get into the SEC play. And then let's see if we can go to Nashville and win an SEC tournament. And then let's see if we can get past the first weekend in March. I mean, it's a hard pill to swallow as a Kentucky fan, but I think it's time that Big Mike's talking crazy right now.
That's what's in the locker room. Now, as far as BB and Nation, you take that stuff, throw it out. Not hearing none of that.
So you talking crap now, Big Mike.
Not hearing none of that. That's what you got to be in the locker room. It's a marathon. We get better and better. We get better defensively, which Mark Pope should know.
Yeah.
You got to be good defensively. That's like I said, I wanted this team to be top 5, top 10 defensively.
Yeah.
But yeah, BBN's not hearing that, man. It won't win every game.
Yeah. I had a question for you, and I was trying to look at the time of my watch. I'm going to give you a percentage. I want you to give me a percentage of it. Man, that was a good question too. I should have just asked you. Man, what was it? It'll come to me when we hang up on here. What's your percentage? I know you're gonna keep it real with me, BC. So what's your percentage in saying that a lot of what percentage of Kentucky fans wish Cal was back at Kentucky?
Man, that's a tough question.
What percentage of Kentucky fans wish Calipari was back at Kentucky? I know this is going to hit a nerve with some people, so I'm sorry.
Depends on what day it is. And according to that day that I'm talking about, probably about 80%. 20% just hated Cal.
Yeah,
to me.
Okay.
I'm like I said, I could be wrong, but it depends on what day it is. As fans man, they wouldn't say it. Wish we had Cal Perry back. Of course, that's going to happen, man. That's going to happen.
We got 25%. We got 35%. You guys chime in too. That question's for you guys too. What percentage of the fan 40th? What percentage of the fan base wish we had Calipari back at Kentucky right now?
And it might be more than 20% that hated Calipari. It was people that didn't like Calipari, man.
Now,
And
what if you
it's
can
people
have?
that might want
Yeah.
Rick back.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, it's probably a higher number. So, what if you can have Coach Cal back and add Mark Pope on the on the coaching staff with his?
That's not going to happen.
That's not gonna happen, huh?
Mark Pope's a head coach.
Yeah.
Mark
Okay, I
Pope,
got you.
Mark Pope, just give a little grace.
Give a little
You
grace.
know,
Yeah.
like I said, it's funny how you could be on top of the world and then boom, then
Yeah.
you thrown under the bus at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year. It's like Mark Pope, Mark Pope, Mark Pope. He's a great coach. Mark Pope's our guy. And now
Yeah.
it's
He probably
great.
go.
But
He probably go.
I like Mark Pope. I know it's a marathon. I played, sports. You get better of course of the year. That's what the goal is. But
Yeah.
Kentucky basketball, Kentucky sports, period. It's like no other place.
Yeah.
It's like no other place. It's different. It's different. You look, UCLA has won more national championships than anybody in college basketball.
Yeah.
But their fan base is not like BB.
No, it's not like it at all, bro. Nope, it's
Their
not like it at all.
expectations
It's
is not
different.
like BB.
Yeah. I love because people come out here and they and they speak their mind. I want Pope out.
Yeah,
And you're not the national champion. You're not the
everybody
only
has
person who feels
opinion.
like that. It's a lot of people, and that's why I said if we can't beat North Carolina, these comments, well, it's going to be out a whole lot more.
See, here's the thing about Kyle Perry. Kyle Perry is a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame for a reason. And if you go back to UMass days, the thing about Kyle Perry was so good at also developing players, especially point guards. And he was great at taking freshmen, and then by the end of the season, they would be good.
Yeah.
It was a couple years there. He didn't get the freshmen because everybody was Duke start going for freshmen, which they were like wasn't going for freshmen. And then other teams start going for freshmen. They kind of caught on what Kyle Perry was doing. Kyle Perry was the guy that was going to get freshmen, and they was better at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's like Arkansas now. Arkansas is going to be better at the end of the year. They're going to be a handful come tournament time because Kyle Perry he develops players and they get better over the course of years. That's why you have so many NBA players that went to the league under Kyle Perry. You got NBA players first round that came off the bench under Kyle Perry. So
that's true.
That's the difference. Whether you like him or not, there's facts.
I think I just think the fan base is just kind of holding their breath because we're still waiting for something exciting to happen, and we don't know how long that's going to take. And
It's just basketball, Mike. Man, it's a
yeah.
marathon, man. Like I said, no Christmas, and we have two of our players still out, and you have to understand these guys, not making an excuse. It's what we 7 games in.
Yeah.
These guys are coming in, which several other teams are too. But we only had 3 guys on the team last year that's on this team.
4.
Yeah, 4.
4.
So
yeah,
we got what 10 new guys.
Yep. Yeah. Not 10 because you still got to look at the 2 walk-ons that we got. That made up 13 and 14 and 15, I think it was. But like 9, we got enough like 9 new guys or something like that.
Yeah, that play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That play. I flat out don't like this nuts. I don't like the nuts in our fan base. I mean, if we being real, you got the fan in Kentucky fan base with the BBN. You got guys who are you got some fans who are like, okay, let's take it game by game. Let's see what happens. Got to stay motivated, stay excited. but then you got guys who are just, as you always said, BC, you can tell a fan from a person who sees the game from a different angle.
Well, it's a kid that plays in Springfield, Tennessee, and he's a baller. His daddy's a Kentucky fan, and he sends me his where he's
Highlights.
playing and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, he can shoot. He's a baller. And I told him, which his dad's a Kentucky fan. I was like, right down the road, Vanderbilt. It's right down the road, Vanderbilt. You're not going to have as much pressure on you. They developing players. They building facilities like crazy.
Yeah, they are.
And he like Kentucky might want him. Of course, he wants him where the best place is at. But you come to Kentucky, it's a lot of pressure, man.
And not everybody's ready for that.
You don't play good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care who you are. That bothers you.
Yeah.
It can bother you, man. You go out, you playing hard, but you don't have a good game. Then your fan base is throwing you under the bus. That bothers you.
It does.
It does.
Yep. Maybe I need to chill out, son. I doubt it, but maybe I need to chill out. I need to chill out. Maybe I need to learn to mute my mic sometimes.
But it's early though with basketball.
Yeah,
Football's
it's
over,
early.
and now it's basketball. It's still early.
It's hard to beat 18-4. Bubbles. What is this? Bubbless on tap. Bubbless on tap. Said the MSU game was a bad loss. The Louisville game was to be expected. It's hard to beat a team 4 or 5 times in a row. And I called both of these losses, and before we even played one game, I called both of those losses.
Well, the thing is, we lost, but it's the way we lost.
Yeah.
If we go out and get beat 3 or 4 points, okay.
Yeah. Fight.
But we got slaughtered.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We looked like we didn't belong in the same gym with those teams that was there playing basketball that night. We look like what's Kentucky here for? And it makes me ask myself, BC, in the new era, this is once NIL came into basketball, it's a whole new era. We haven't won a championship. We haven't been to the Final Four. We've only gotten to the Sweet 16. In this new era, and this is this is not a question for like just to get bait or just to make people angry. Is Kentucky a blue blood? In this new basketball era right now, should people consider Kentucky a blue blood? They're not UConn. They ain't won a national championship. They ain't Florida. They ain't won a national championship. They ain't been to a Final Four. They ain't doing nothing spectacular. They ain't winning the SEC. Is it time for Kentucky to stop being labeled as a blue blood program in the new era?
No, we always be a blue blood. Always.
Well, then if that's the case, if we're always gonna be called a blue blood, even in the new era, then guess what? That pressure is never gonna go away.
No, exactly. It's like no matter what happens this year, next year the expectations are still here.
Yeah.
We always the blue blood. Those 8 championships.
Yeah.
Always the blue blood.
Powder puff. Someone said a powder puff blue blood. I mean that was a legit thought that I had. BC, is it time for us to stop being called a blue blood?
We always,
because we're not doing anything.
Kentucky.
I get it though, but it ain't the same no more though. When you got a player that can be number one in the nation, I mean number one in the draft, and he chooses BYU over Kentucky. When he chooses BYU over Duke, when he chooses BYU over North Carolina, when he chooses BYU over what's the name? Come on, man. Come on.
Well, also, Mike, like I said, it has a lot. When these guys are choosing, they looking at the roster, man. they looking at the roster. That money's very important. That's the main thing.
I think they paid
But
him.
but they also looking at the roster too. I watched BYU the other night. If he came to Kentucky, he's not going to be getting the ball. And the other kid, the white kid, he's the beast on that team. He
What's
was
the name?
good last year.
Sanders. Why?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't he?
yeah,
Hey.
But
Why wouldn't
but
he follow Pope? Was it for the same reason?
that I don't know. But it's like, why would you come to Kentucky when you're good at where you're at?
Okay.
A lot of times money doesn't matter with some people. But when I was watching BYU, that kid would never be able to play like that at Kentucky.
I understand that.
He's getting the ball a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
that's not going to happen.
That makes a big difference.
Makes a whole big difference. Makes a whole lot.
So is Mark Pope going to have to change who he is to start getting some of these guys to come, or are we going to get enough good players in that they can come in and make his system work? Because if they can't come in and make his system work, then I watched that Duke and Arkansas game. Mm-hmm. And you know who's still at Arkansas right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
In his third year, he's still at Arkansas. He's still playing college basketball. You know what I'm talking about, right? DJ Wagner.
Okay. I thought you was talking about the other kid. It was.
And you know where he was at in that last 4 minutes of the ball game? Sitting on the bench. You know who was on the floor? A freshman point guard.
Because he was playing good.
That's what gave me the mindset is if we don't get guys like that, we got Jasper. We got Marino. Marino's coming along faster than Jasper. And I remember coming before the season started, we used to be all excited about Jasper Johnson. Now he's going to be this dude. Mm-hmm. He's that good. I'm still not saying that he's not good, that he's not a good player, but we took Malachi and we put him kind of on the back burner a little bit. We didn't talk about him as much because we had Jasper. And now it's flipped. And Marino, of course, the positions are different. And I've been told that already. It makes good sense. It's different positions. But my point is, until we get those dogs in here, like an A-Cuff, like the Boozer twins, like the kid at BYU, like Caleb at North Carolina, if we can't get those guys in there and then have a coach that can develop them to be the best that they can, we can get older guys all day long.
Well, you remember I said Malachi, if he can play, he's gonna be playing.
Yeah.
You remember? But Jasper, I think, like I said, is a guy that he needs the minutes.
Okay.
He's got to be on the court, but he's not going to get that at Kentucky, and that's what I was saying about the kid at BYU.
He's going to get his minutes.
He's going to get those minutes, and he got his money. We're not going out playing 20 minutes or 18 minutes. He's playing 30, 35 if he don't get in foul trouble.
Yeah, that's true, man. I feel better now.
So it's just like I said, if I'm a recruit and then I'm looking at Kentucky, then I'm looking, okay, I know how I am. I'm not a spot up shooter. I'm a go get my points guy.
Yeah.
So I need to be in an offense where I can go get my points. And a lot of people might say that's selfish or whatever. Almost every good Division I player that goes to make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. That's the end goal. But if I'm that type of player, Kentucky might not be where I want to go at.
Well, maybe that's why we're missing on some of these recruits then, because the system
could be, and it might not be.
Maybe,
but your system means a whole lot.
It does. It does. So I mean, if just like you just said, if Mark Pope is only gonna his system is built to give you 20, 21 minutes a ball game, then you got guys who want to go to the next level, and 20 minutes a ball game ain't gonna cut it for me. So
That's
it's something's gonna have to give somewhere in order for us to reach our ultimate goal, and that's to win the championship. So or
the
yeah,
system means so much, Mike.
it does.
That's like Michael Jordan's the best basketball player I ever seen play to lace him up. But if LeBron James played in the triangle offense, do you think he'll have more championships? It's the
I don't know.
system.
It's the system
Look how many championships the triangle offense has
produced.
won.
It speaks for itself. Yeah,
You look at an Andy Reid system.
yeah,
Look how successful his system is, or a Belichick. The
yeah.
system means a whole lot. You could
Yeah,
take a
that's true.
person and be in one system, and you're like, man, they're not very good. But they go somewhere else, and then you're like, whoa. That's like a lot of players was good in college, and they go to the NBA. They're not in the right system.
Yep. Yep. Time's definitely going to see. Tyrone said it's not about the minutes all the time. Reed Shepard proved that it's about efficiency and being coached. With Cal Perry was doing that 5 in and 5 out. Did y'all like that, Oscar?
Reed Reed
Reed
Shepard
Shepard's
was
a good player
different.
though.
That's
Yeah,
that's a
Reed Shepard's
that's
on a
a
different level though.
it's guys that have to have minutes
Yeah,
because of the volume. Get Reed Shepard's just kind of like Colin. If Reed Shepard play 10 minutes, he's going to be productive.
yes, he is.
Not every player is like that. Because Reed Shepard's going to be productive on the defensive end and doing all the other little things. But not every player is like that. You look at a Devin Booker who came off the bench, who probably should have played a little more.
Yeah,
But when he got in the NBA, boom. You're like, whoa.
the floodgates open.
Because he got more minutes,
Yeah, yeah,
volume, more shots.
yeah, he did.
So
That's so
it's
true.
hard to get a guy like Jasper who needs to take more shots because he's that Jasper and Reed Shepard, two different kind of players.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Reed Shepard definitely had production. He was going to come in and he was going to give you some steals right off the back, and he was going to get you
Yeah.
some good defensive stops. You know, he was a liability here and there, but when it comes to stealing and jumping the lanes and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, I mean, he knew his role and he did it well. He really did. So
And came off the bench. He
came
was
off the
all
bench.
world coming off the bench.
Sure was. Yep. It's just a matter of people want to go out there and understand that I got to get in this game and I'm only going to have 20 minutes. So while I'm in the game, I got to maximize in every single way that I possibly can to help my team out. And I got to, as soon as I check in the game, I got to get started. Like I can't get in the game and try to figure out why you're on the bench. You need to be evaluating what's going on the floor and telling yourself when you get in, this is what I need to do when I get on the floor. And then you get in and then you execute that. Some guys want to get in, then they want to fill the game out. Reed got right in and he didn't
Yeah.
waste no time. It was a million lights. As soon as he got in the ball game, what happened? That now he came in with Dillingham, but as soon as he came in the game, what happened? That spark for the team went up.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, the thing with Reed was like, hey, I'm gonna go out and play defense, and the rest of my game will come. A lot of guys, if they're not getting shots up or whatever, that defense is gone out the door. It's gone out the door. Have you ever noticed in basketball when a person score, they come back out down the other end and they play defense for about 30 seconds?
Yeah.
But when they don't score, it's like
I mean,
they couldn't guard nobody in the phone booth.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ortega. Ortega's that same way this year. If he ain't scoring, he ain't getting a call because he goes to the basket. He feel like he gets fouled. What happens? He's always the last person back down the court. He's always the guy that's gonna drop his head because it didn't go the way he wanted to. Instead of picking himself up instantly, getting back down on defense, and let's playing ball, we get it next time. And the body language of these guys sometimes is telling you, yeah, this is not gonna be one of those nights.
Right.
Because the football team showed it tonight. No, we ain't gonna win.
Well, complete players, man. They know that it's more than one aspect of the game.
Yeah,
They trying to be on another level defensively, offensively, passing
yeah,
the ball, rebounding, every aspect of the game.
yeah,
And and players aren't built the same, man. It's just the way it is. It's when it boils down to when you working on that aspect of the game. That's like we talk about Reed Shepard. Reed Shepard's number one thing was winning at all costs,
yes,
no matter what. It was about winning. We
yeah,
had players, the Anthony Davises, the Oscars, and it was about winning, and it showed up on the court because how good they were. With Michael Jordan, it's about winning. It showed on the court how good he was because he wanted to develop every aspect. Because if he develops every aspect of his game, it results in winning.
yeah,
Some players are like, "Oh no, I'm not trying to get better passing. I'm not trying to get better defense. I just
yeah,
want to score."
yeah. Let me get mine. You know what I'm saying? And then when your plan doesn't go like you want it to go, then we got the moping, and it's so annoying to see on national TV is when you soaking in your sorrow, dude.
Mhm.
Like get back and just motivate yourself or sit down something like that. So, um, you know, we're number 11 in Ken Palm. We might be number and I mean we might be number 11 in Ken Palm, and I'm okay with that. We don't always play like we number 11 in Ken Palm. Let's see if we can let's see if we can play like we number 11 in Ken Palm when we play North Carolina
Mhm.
Tuesday night. That's going to be the true telling.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm going for the Cats. Unfortunately, I mean not unfortunately, but obviously I'm going for the Cats. I got Cats. We'll see how that goes, but definitely want to win. But anyway, guys, thank you, guys. BC, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you jumping on with me and everything. Once again, didn't expect to go this long, bro. Sleep is my sleeping time is being my sleep is all cut off. I've been sleeping 2 hours, get up, sleep 2 more hours, get up. Man, my sleeping is all off, bro. My body is gonna hurt today. But anyway, man, thank you guys. Final Prime. I see you just came on. Cal with $22 million. You asked he would not care about tournament wins and blow leads with 5 minutes left. Duke, Arkansas last night. That was a good game, man. Kentucky would have got red out if Kentucky played one of those teams the other night. You think that Michigan State game was an embarrassment? Those teams was gonna run us off the floor, dude. And I hate to say that. People don't want to hear me say that about the pig, but Duke, Arkansas that night on Thanksgiving, bro, that would have got real ugly really fast against Kentucky. It really would have. You know it, BC. Admit it. You don't have to be ashamed. Nobody's gonna call you. Okay, it's okay. You can say it.
It's just with Kentucky, man,
Yeah,
our defense. I know it's like somewhere 12th in the nation or something like that.
yeah,
It's going by those cupcake teams.
yeah,
But with the way our defense is right now, anybody in the country can beat us.
yeah. Yes, they can. And all we got to do is get down by 5, and that's it. Well, I take that back because we did come back against Louisville, but we couldn't close it, and we got those. If we would have made those free throws, shoulda, coulda, woulda. If we would have made those free throws from Jalen Lowe and cut it to 2, I think the tide turns in that ball game, and I think we find a way to get over that hump and win that Louisville game. But we didn't, and Louisville went on another big run, and that was it. They like nope. They it's like they put that right there in our face, and then they pulled it away
Smashed
from us and
it.
said, what I'm saying? It's like a little Bugs Bunny going on. Not today, buddy. This is ours.
We just can't have a bad first 10 minutes.
We can't. No. So someone says as long as Brendan Garrison is not on the floor, we all right. I bro, I he's a good guy. I like he's giving back to the community, and everything. But I don't know where he's at this year, bro. Like, I don't know how you go from 11 rebounds down to 4 the next ball game. Like, you regress that bad. Like what happened? I guess Tennessee Tech. You can't get 11 rebounds at what, 6'10", 6'11", athletic. I'm just saying. So, Willie Cauley
Well,
Stein wouldn't
well,
go
well,
for that.
a lot of it, man, is the technique. You got box out. It's guys that
Exactly.
can't jump on the curve, but
Yeah.
they get a lot of rebounds.
Yep.
It's about position and boxing out. That's the fundamentals.
The buzzer beater at the end of the Tech game rallied this team from what I've seen at practice. So I have to assume this is the individual who goes to practice, or unless we call him the Tennessee Tech a practice game, because that's probably what it was. But thanks for that information. I appreciate that. I hope so. Oh, the buzzer beater with Horn. Hope so. Anything. And actually, Moonshine did a little short video, and he actually kind of talked about maybe is that what we needed as a team to see something like that happen to bring us together. And he said if we move forward in a positive way, going from that buzzer beater from Horn, and we start to turn the season around, maybe in December or January we'll look back and be like, that could be the one single moment that finally brought us together and put our differences to the side when we walk on the floor. You get off the floor, you do what you want to do. That doesn't involve us as fans. That's between you and your life. On the floor, it involves us because we put so much time and energy and just everything into Kentucky basketball. So we care and we watch it and we see everything. So let's see if that's something that maybe let's see if that's something that maybe we can build off of. Something that's not, I don't want to use the word simple because that was a big time shot by that young man. He finally got his points. So I don't want to say simple. He's going to remember that his whole life. And honestly, if I was him, I wouldn't shoot no more the rest of my career at Kentucky. Even if I got in the ball game, I'd be 1 for 1. Dude, my only score was at the buzzer for a 3-pointer. I ain't shoot. You take it. I'm good. I ain't missing no more. I'm good. But anyway, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys jumping on. Don't forget to please like the video if you haven't already. If you're new here, if your first time, please hit the like button as well too. But hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Until next time, Monday night, we'll be back to talk more basketball and maybe Stoops will be out by Monday night. I doubt it. I ain't gonna hold my breath on it, but we'll talk about that too Monday night on this show as well. So until next time, I'm Big Mike, my fabulous co-host BC. We appreciate it. Hear no more gratitude from Pope. He needs to channel his inner Patino. I gotta throw this up. Yeah, he needs Pope is soft, brother. It's time for Pope to go in it and take off his coat and put on something else because it's time to get. I don't know. Maybe maybe that's his style though.
Man, yeah, it is a style. Well, I don't know what goes on in practice. I think in practice it's a different story, but yeah, that's just the way Mark Pope is, man. You know, I like genuine people. I'm a genuine guy. I don't want nobody to be what they're not.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
that's just the way he is. He's a laid back guy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't care if Mark Pope turned into Bobby Knight. If the players go out there and don't play, don't matter.
That's the key.
Because I heard a lot of people saying Kyle Perry out. He over doing too. He hollers too much. Yeah. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Like, I can't win. Nope. And you know what? Right. One more thing, BC. I'm glad you brought up that point. Is because a lot of people are really, and I don't want to go into a conversation because I really got to go. But a lot of people really put everything, and I get it. The head coach, it's on your shoulders. Make sure these dudes are ready to play. But you get out there on the field, like Mark Stoops didn't jump offside. He didn't only target one person on the football field to throw the ball to. He didn't let people beat him in the secondary. Like it's, I understand he's the head guy, and it starts with him. But then again, those guys out there, they got to take responsibility for their play on the field. Whether it's the volleyball court, basketball court, football field, doesn't matter. Those kids, those young men, those paid athletes, they got to take responsibility too. So we got to dump it on them too as well, because maybe we could take it easy on them if they wouldn't get paid. If they wasn't getting paid, we'll take it on. You know what I'm saying? They're doing this out of the goodness of their heart. You know what I'm saying? They get a free education, dude. Give me $257,000 to play a sport, man. I'm playing at the best of my ability.
Man, maybe you, but the money doesn't change nothing, man. It's about you going out and play, Big Mike. We grew up when you had to earn the money. Now these players in college, NBA, they haven't done nothing and they get paid more than guys in the past that won championships.
Sure do.
Now players get paid and they haven't done nothing.
Yep.
That's the way it is.
That's true.
You haven't won nothing. You haven't done nothing. It's players in the NBA get paid $200 million contract that ain't and don't play half the time and they ain't never won a championship. Now, if you give it SGA, making him the highest paid player, okay, that's a different story. But it's a lot of players in college, NBA, in all the sports, they don't earn the money like they did in the past. In the past, you had to learn your money.
You sure did. Yep. People was playing. They was playing at a high level because their contract year was coming up, and I got to make sure that I got to give them a reason on why they should pay me the money that I'm asking for. Not just because I just want. That's it. Yep.
That's the way it used to be, because like now, I don't care you pay a player $3 or $4 million. If he ain't gonna go out and play, if you want to play and you want to play at the highest level and you want to work hard, it don't matter how much you getting paid. Yeah. If you get paid zero, or I hear people all the time say it's NBA players that they would still be playing basketball at a high level if it wasn't no NBA, because they love it.
They love it. Yep.
That's where it's at. It's about the love.
It's right here, bro. You walk on that. I mean, and if you don't love playing at a game like Louisville and Kentucky, and if you don't love the fact that if you win this ball game, you get to extend your year. You get to extend your season about one more ball game. Then I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna play it at a different level. And if you don't, then it's gonna tell. Season's over. It's cold. I'm tired. I'm hurt. I just ready for this to be over. That's how you play.
If Mark Pope turned into Bob Knight now, the players gonna play a whole lot different. they're gonna be scared to death out there. They're gonna play a whole lot different now.
Put the fear of God in.
It might be only 7 players out there on the court.
For real. It really could be.
It might be 7-player rotation, but they gonna play.
They gonna play hard. Oh yeah, they ain't gonna look over at him because they know I just messed up. Don't look at coach. Don't look at it. He's not gonna be smiling if you do. So for sure. But anyway, hey man, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys jumping on once again. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Big Mike. This is BC, and we appreciate you guys joining in and hanging out with us tonight. Go Cats. We'll see you Monday night. Don't forget about the Wednesday night show with Jimmy and Leah. They do recruiting and all of that good stuff as well. Until next time, go Cats.
Go Cats.